Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Isaac Umbras, and today we are back in Gran Turismo 2. I hope everyone is doing well. Today we're going to be doing quite a few endurance races. So we're going to be trying a hand at that. I think the first we want to do, I was taking a look at some of them. Some of them that we may want to do is the, if I can find my Viper. I think I have a Viper. Yes, I do. Let's get the Viper and use this in potentially the Apricot Hill 50 lap race, the 200 kilometers at Apricot Hill. I think this will do us very well. Let's jump in. This will be one of the first races to have it. For first endurance races anyway. Yeah, IB race. So one of the lower license races. But it'll be something good for us. Something, you know, a nice little spicy race. Apricot Hill, 200 kilometers, 500,000 for winning first place. Really nice. So let's jump in. Yeah, I'm excited, but I'm always scared to do the endurance races because I try to look at the opponent list and roughly guesstimate how fast they're gonna be, and then get a vehicle that'll be similar on pace. So it's gonna be a little bit interesting. Yes, welcome for Chopa GT. I hope you're doing well. We're gonna be doing some sports car endurance racing. So let's see. Oh gosh, okay, it's just like the license test where it just jumps you right in. Oh, it's got a Ford GT as well. Alright, let me dial back my audio just a little bit. There we go. So the Ford GT will probably be one of the harder opponents here. But with it being an endurance race, and on a fairly twisty course as well, we should be alright, I think. Pulling down the Warhammer rabbit hole. Welcome, Jaden. Hope you're doing well tonight. Hope things are well with you about to be going underway and everything. Hope things are good. Warhammer, nice. Yeah, the Warhammer is a lot of fun as well. Doing the like the war gaming and everything. I generally prefer the D&D a little bit more, because you get a lot more of the kind of out of combat story and everything. Warhammer is great if you just want to get a bunch of minis down and really have those battles. Already went on a... Ooh, nice. I am being broadcasted on a boat. How many VTubers can say that? Probably a few, actually. Probably a few. Right now, we are chasing down a Ford GT. The cheaty Ford GT. Not so cheaty here, but definitely... one of the faster opponents. That usually doesn't show up in Apricot Hill race. Nah, we'll mortar it. Ah, okay. Dang. That'll be an achievement the day I get broadcasted. Today I get broadcasted on a boat. Alright, we gotta gain some time. That Ford GT is pulling away a little bit. The USS Garagura. Yes. Hopefully we can beat the Ford GT on tire wear. I'm gonna give it a good go. I'm gonna give it the old college try, but this is gonna be genuinely tough. I don't want to keep cutting that chicane because IRL I'd get a bonking from the storage by doing that. But holy cow, on the straights, the Ford GT just pools. Alright, back to a little over a second, almost a second and a half. Yeah, we wanna stay in third here. Second, the car will really wanna rotate around, and the Viper, without traction control, without the ABS and everything, that's gonna make it really challenging. Yeah, all the Japanese sports cars and everything, they're not really giving us much of a fight. But this Ford GT here, ironically, two cars, at least partially developed by Carroll Shelby, with involvement from Lee Iacocca, dueling it out on track. That is hilarious. Are crossing paths. The old versus the new. Just gotta throw in a Shelby Cobra into the mix. And you've got even more. Oh gosh. Another one as well. Some of the time when Toyota cheated with the Celica. Oh yeah, the Celica rally car with the was it the blow-off valve or was it the wastegate? It was something with a turbo system where under full throttle it opened up fully. No, it was the restrictor. There was a restrictor, but the restrictor was in the turbo. So when the throttle was fully open, you got a little bit of the extra gap, but then when it was closed and the engine was off, it closed back up. That was genuinely impressive. Especially because with rally, power itself doesn't matter nearly as much as driver skill and suspension and aero and all that stuff. So the fact that even still they were working on, you know, being a little bit silly with the engine is genuinely impressive as well. One of my favorite Toyota stories was the TSO20, where they it was during the GT1 era, closer to the end of the GT1 era, where Toyota was like, well, you see, if the fuel tank is empty, it counts as trunk space. And the governing body, I think it was the ACO, was like, you know what? Fine, you have us there. Oh no. That's not good. Alright, recovery drive now. The Viper just has so much power going to the rear wheels that it gets really tricky to drive. So now we got a recovery drive. Our tires are starting to get a little bit yellow. I think we could probably get to around 7 laps before we need to pit. We do gain time on the Ford GT. I might be able to get to 10. We might be able to get to 10 laps. You don't know how nervous I actually am. Because I don't want to just waste time and lose races, but at the same token, I don't want to just mindlessly do laps. So I'm pushing so hard. That carry multitude with me now, so that when someone annoys me, I can just pull up pliers and go, oh. Hey, look. That's one way for the Navy to give their people dental, right? Oh boy. Alright, are we gaining on them or are we losing on them? We lost on them a little bit. Okay, we are gaining about 1/10 a sector. So we want to be nice and gentle with the car, conserve the tires. Here we go, hit those apexes. Yes, okay, first sector we really gained a lot of time on the Ford GT. It's sector 2 where we're not quite as quick. And then sector 3 we were able to kind of build that gap back again. Alright, rears are definitely in the yellow now. Rears are definitely in the yellow with regards to where. Alright, 4.6. Ooh. The 4GT struggling then. The 4GT struggling then. We're gaining a lot of time. Are they killing their rear tires? Are their rear tires unaliving themselves? God, I hate that phrase. Okay, maybe not as much. We didn't gain nearly as much time there. No, you. That corner in the Viper is just horrible. Okay, how far back are we now? How far back are we now? 12.5 seconds. Alright, we can make up that time. Down in a third gear. Don't spin the bloody thing. And we don't want to be nearly as aggressive into the chicane. I know in a race car we could be quite aggressive, but here, not as much. This is still a street car with road tires. So we absolutely do not want to push the car too hard. Gosh, I do love Apricot Hill though. It is a beautiful track. I would love to create, like if I ever became like a multi-billionaire, I would love to create something like this IRL. Maybe on like this section right here, basically to my right, kind of have like a high-end resort with like a rooftop pool or something crazy like that. To that, and then have it kind of almost looking out over the track so that people at the hotel can, you know, watch the cars for like, you know, the longer endurance races and everything and see them go by. That would be so awesome. Because this is a track that would honestly produce good sports car and motorcycle racing. So you could have things like IMSA, the World, maybe not World Endurance, because they mainly run on the FIA Grade 1 tracks. But you could have IMSA, you could have, you know, your GT America racing, your GT World Challenge maybe, if they're running one of the endurance races here. That would honestly be really good. You could then have also like, you know, IndyCar and even NASCAR as well. Because you'd have some of the longer straights and wider open corners to still allow for the good racing. Almost kind of like Watkins Glen a little bit. We still have the heavy braking zone going into this turn, as well as the double left-handers in turns 1 and 2 that will provide good opportunities for drivers to get, you know, side by side and duke it out and everything. Like, it's a fairly short track. Like, even in a road car, you're only running like, you know, minute 30s and everything. But it still is an enjoyable driving experience. So I don't think it would quite be long enough for like an F1 race. F1 here would be running like 48-second lap times or something ridiculous like that. But IndyCar would be solid here. Alright, 10.2. We're closing up that gap. We're closing up that gap. We gotta maybe see if the Ford GT makes a mistake again or when they pit. We'll probably run on the same pit strategy they do. Because we seem to be running a faster lap time. If we can stop stepping on our own feet into the chicane, we'll be really solid, I think. Come on, come on. Nice and gentle. Alright, brake just before the 50. Down in the second gear. Come on, get that rotation out of the corner. There we go. Little bit sluggish there, but we should be alright. Not that sluggish, actually. We still gain time. The Ford GT, I think, is really running its tires ragged. We gotta stop doing that, though. Sliding out of the chicane. That's not good. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it just ahead. 9 seconds now. Yeah, we're gaining. They've gotta be close to pitting, I think. Like, our tires are already starting to struggle as well. Honestly, I kind of hope Apricot Hill comes back to Gran Turismo, either Gran Turismo 7 or like Gran Turismo 8. It's a genuinely good track. It produces really good racing. I just hope that they do bring it back. They don't change it like they did with Grand Valley. Turn into one like proper old school racing circuit in the older games into just a street course instead. Like, bruh, why? Doesn't make sense. I think I can brake a little bit later for the hairpin, maybe at the 50 instead of just before. Alright, didn't gain quite as much time this lap, I think. There we go, that's smooth, that's not bad. The lap times are fairly consistent as well, right in the 128 range. Even with the additional tire wear. Alright, 129 now, so we are losing a little bit of time. So we do want to push just a little bit, if we can. Oh, these rears have about had it. Oh, we're gonna be coming on lap traffic soon as well. See which of the sports cars is in last place. Okay. Yeah, we are losing time now. We're about a 10th down on them this lap. I can only hope that they pit soon so that we can both be back out on fresh tires. Because if we have to pit one more time than them, it is over. We were tied here about Nindy Sui. I don't know who that is. So you won't hear about it here, because I have no idea what that is. Right now we're driving Dodge Vipers. We're racing, trying to catch the Ford GT40. We had an unfortunate spin early in the race. And we're working to gain the time back. Oh, Nintendo. Yeah, oh, they're suing Powerworld, right. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what comes of that, but oh well. Also, welcome Mr. Midnight, hope you're good. Oh man, this Viper, it's struggling. Our rears are begging for mercy, and we are not giving it to them. Watching the Jets was the Patriots. Interesting, interesting. Hopefully the game is good. Hopefully the game is an exciting game. Alright, we lost a little bit of ground through the S's. Alright, no ground loss there. So in the straights, we're about equal on pace with the GT40. 14.3 Jets. Dang, okay. Jets are really doing well then. Alright, to the GT pit. GT did not pit. Okay. That's not good. Just got home. Alright, well, welcome home. Hopefully I can provide a nice, relaxing atmosphere. As I say, as we are struggling to catch up to the Ford GT. It's gonna be tough. Not sure whether this game was chosen for Thursday Night Football. I don't know. I'm sure there's some contractual obligation or whatever with certain teams and everything. Welcome, Ranger. Hope you're good. Right now we are, oh gosh. We may have to pit. I can only hope the Ford GT pit soon as well. Because we are losing ground on a GT fast. We are losing ground on a GT fast. We were gaining. But now that the tires are in the orange, we are losing. How long can I go on a set of tires? Alright, I'm pitting next lap. I have to. Like, we are losing mega time here. I can only hope the Ford GT is right at its limits as well. We still, even with the worn tires, we gain a lot of time in Sector 1. But we lose it all in Sector 2 in the final sector. All I can do is hope that the Ford GT hits this lap. Can I go to the funeral? Just a lot of family there, or just not ready to say goodbye, or hopefully, you know, it's not too bad. Oh gosh, the rear is, yeah, I have to pit. Our lap time is falling off a cliff. Can't stand for him, like, Yeah, well, hopefully it's not too bad. Oh, come on, get it back. It's still not pitting. Alright, I gotta pit. Oh, gosh. This is close. This is tough. I can only hope to hit pit within, like, the next 3 laps. And that we don't make any mistakes, because we gotta go. So a lot of the physical contact, and then family members causing drama and stuff. But hopefully it's not too bad, man. Hopefully it's I wouldn't say an enjoyable event, but like less bad than anticipated. 33 seconds. Okay. Jerry Springer. Oh gosh. Well, in the meantime, hopefully I can take your mind off of that and just... You get to see some retro gaming as we hunt down. After a couple of mistakes, we hunt down a Ford GT. Alright, got another American car in front of us, the Corvette Grand Sport. They're probably on old tires too. I don't think they've pitted yet. Yeah, chilling with the kitty. Best as bean. Yeah, the beans always help when we're stressed. Oh, I think, is that the Ford? Please let that be the Ford. Let's see, it's coming out now. It's gotta be the Ford. It's gotta be the Ford. No? Give him some of the fancy feast and now he's on the bed. He's like, alright, human. You have given your daily tax to the cats. I will now give my daily tax of cuddles. Alright, so the Ford GT has not pitted yet. Where the car? The car is an entire like 26 seconds ahead of us. Damn, oh, like GT games is so nostalgic. Yeah, I know. My first GT game was Gran Turismo 3 on the PS2. That one was really fun. That one is the one I probably have the most hours in. But I've enjoyed most of the other GT games. Well, hey, buddy, you're a blue flag. Blue flag. Blue flag. Get out of the way. Alright, that Ford GT has to be pitting soon, though. We are gaining rapidly on it. So I haven't played in a while, though. Definitely recommend it. It's genuinely fun. There it is! Alright, first place is just ahead. They pitted. Alright, so they can go 3 more laps than us on tires. But as long as we don't spin, as long as we don't step on our own feet, we are faster than them. So time to battle. We got a blue flag Lancer Evo in front of us. There we go. Alright, getting pushed off the track. Insert Fernando Alonso quote. All the time you have to leave it a space. Oh, can't pass that way, Mr. GT40. Little bit of a rub on the inside, little bit of contact. There we go, our turn to lead. Alright, time to push now. Let's extend the gap. Let's try to conserve our tires too. Push but conserve, basically. It sounds like 2 contradictory things, but we can do it, right? It's possible. Alright. What's our gap now to the Ford GT? Right, if we're ahead, it doesn't tell us. Oh, that's always so annoying in the older PS1 GT games. Ow. Thank you. $19,111. All right. Let's build the gap. Yeah. All right. This is good. This is good. We'll be pitting probably around lap 28. Somewhere around there. Let's see, Ford GT pits at lap 17. So 17, 34. Ah, they're gonna be doing a 2-stopper. 14, 28. We're gonna be doing a 3-stopper. Alright, that's gonna make things interesting. That's gonna make things interesting. We're gonna have to pit one more time then, so we're gonna have to basically just push. Oh, but they're keeping pace with us. We just gotta build a gap. And that's not how you do it. Come on, don't cut. Oh man. Holy cow. Like every other car we've lapped, it's literally just a fight for first. A two-way fight for first. Two American cars going at it. Holy cow. Alright. Although if we don't spin, we might be able to conserve our tires a little bit longer. So we will have to try to see. I know we're in a 3-lap deficit. Compared to the Ford GT. So it'll be a little bit interesting to see where our pace can come from. Alright, we're getting the drive out of the corners. They are still right up on us. This is gonna be close, y'all. This is gonna be close. 50 laps of just hoping for the best and try not to make any more mistakes. No mistakes. Conserve the tires as much as possible and push as well to stay ahead of the Ford GT. Alright, back into 27s. There we go, that's gonna help us build our gap. Oh gosh, NSX. Pick a side, blue flag. Yield the position. Oh, that's sketch, but we have to push. We are being hunted down. I don't know the relative gap between us and the Ford. That NSX is gonna slow them up a little bit though. I know the AI is a little bit pensive. A little bit apprehensive when passing or against the don't like Nissan. But you like Datsun though, and Datsun, you know, in some markets was sold as Nissan. So I'm a little bit curious why the distinction. Either way, fun car is fun car. And small car is also small car. And they have plenty of both, so. Oh yes, okay. This is probably the first we've been ahead of the Ford GT. This is good. Like, don't get me wrong, Nissan nowadays is kind of lost its edge compared to its Japanese rivals, both Honda and Toyota. But the Nissan of like the 90s and early 2000s was genuinely pretty solid, with a lot of really good vehicles for most markets and everything. Like my dad still got his old Nissan Frontier early 2000s, and that is like it has been a solid little truck. Alright, come on, keep it steady. Oh, because they shot Datsun down. Yeah, they kind of merge a little bit. A lot of the models kind of that from Datsun kind of merged into Nissan. But yeah, it's still unfortunate though, because Datsun is just such a cute little, lot of cute little Datsuns. And not every model got transferred over as well. Some models got discontinued, which is a little bit unfortunate. Alright, yeah, we're maintaining the gap. We gotta go a little bit faster here. Come on. Steady as she goes. Steady as she goes to the S's. The S's absolutely really put the pressure on the tires as well. Alright, nice and easy. Okay, there we go. We're solid now. Alright, into the hairpin. Use the throttle, get around. Nice and smooth, nice and easy. Alright, yeah, we're about equal in pace with the Ford GT now. We're doing alright. Yeah, same cars with different branding. So it is a little bit unfortunate, but I mean, you get a lot of, a lot of the same people, a lot of the same engineering and all that stuff. But if, if you grew up with the one, and then the other happened, or, if you have, one specific favorite car, then it's, it's still a little bit unfortunate. It's like the Chevrolet Pontiac thing. Like, yeah, a lot of the vehicles did share, common chassis and everything, but people still had a little bit of the, the brand loyalty to the one or the other, even if they were, at least mechanically, very similar vehicles. I'm still a little bit sad that Pontiac's gone. And especially by extension, Holden now as well is gone, because Holden had a lot of cool vehicles, and Pontiac was basically the way we got them in the States. With things like the G8, which was, Ford or V8 sedan with lots of power. Without like a ridiculously high, I mean, it's still a fairly high price tag, but not a ridiculously. The GTO basically being the Holden Monaro and everything. Like that was really cool. I have a soft spot for the Solstice as well. Yeah, Pontiac was wow, basically getting all the sporty, like, badge engineered versions of the European and Australian GMs. Pontiac Vibe GT seems to be good quality. Welcome, Red Phoenix. Yeah, the Vibe GT, it was built, actually, in the same factory. It was a joint engineering and manufacturing project between Pontiac, well, by extension, GM, and Toyota. So for example, they had the Vibe GT, and you have the Toyota Volts VS, I think it is. I forget which submodel of the Volts, but the Vibe and the Volts were the same chassis, same engines and everything, just slightly different. I think only the grille and some of the interior modeling made some whacker cars like the Aztec. Honestly, the Aztec came out like a decade later. It would honestly be really, really good. Like it would sell like hotcakes, I think. I genuinely think like the Aztec was basically just a decade too early. Alright, nice and easy. Especially now with the boom of the CUVs and a lot of that plastic lower body paneling to create the, the two-tones and everything. To kind of have that more quote-unquote rugged appearance and all that. It seems that, the Aztec would genuinely be, a good car in the market, you know, modernize it a little bit. She's basically Twitter with the Pineapple Patch. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was a joint collaborative project. Pineapple did some of the engineering, Twitter did some of the engineering as well. And it was built in out in California. That factory that built those is now actually a, I believe it's still a Tesla factory. But I know after the joint project got shut down and everything ran its course, it became a Tesla factory instead. So automotive factory to another automotive factory. Although I said because it's wacky. Yeah, it's a cute. It's kind of ugly, but it's also like ugly in a cute way. Oh boy. Alright, we're still holding our grounds. Our laps are getting slower. But the Ford GT behind us isn't really making as much headway as we thought it would. If we pit now, or if we pit in 2 laps, the Ford GT will have a 6-lap advantage over us. Yeah, they're gonna be able to 2-stop it if they do that. I could try to run longer, but it's gonna be tough with the Ford to defend against the Ford. Because it is a little bit lighter than us, and it's got that good power. But we're putting up a good fight, though, honestly. 2 American sports cars duking it out on this beautiful track. Will pure pace, or will tire conservation win in the end? So I am running the Dodge Viper RT10, the first generation Viper. One of my favorite generations of Viper as well. I love the more notchback design as opposed to the slope back, fastback design of the later Vipers. And right now, our main rival, our main opponent, is the Ford GT40. And yeah, it is giving us a good fight. It's not making as much ground as we thought. But I guess it looks good off of me. I mean, it's definitely an acquired taste. It depends on what kind of stuff you like. Dodge not a Pentimus, Dodge goes 570s. I mean, the Viper is good. You know, this is a vehicle designed, at least partially designed by, you know, Carroll Shelby and everything. It's basically a spiritual successor to the Cobra. Big, burly V10 engine. A lot of power. It's quite nice looking too, in my opinion. But yeah, it is. Oh, we are being hunted down by the Ford GT. It's being hunted down. Oh boy. Yep, right rear is down. Right rear is absolutely lost its grip. Getting into that dark orange. We need a pit. We need a pit now. Come on, limp it back to the pits. Just gotta limp it back to the pits. My opinion on the Peugeot 46. I don't know. I've never actually... I don't know as much about it, because in America we never got it. Oh, come on. Make it in. Make it in. There we go. Alright. Back down a second. Alright, so we had about a 3 second gap. Let's push. Welcome, Petra. Hope you're well. Right now, it is a duel of the Titans. Is that a Banshee? It's a Viper. But yeah, the Banshee is built off of the Viper in most of the GTA games, barring the Vice City canon. as that one is based off of the 4th generation vet, which is a vehicle that is currently blue flagged and needs to yield 18 seconds. Alright, that ain't too bad actually. We get 6 seconds to basically lower that gap. 6 laps to lower that gap as much as we can. And then when it pits, we just gotta make sure we extend that gap back into our favor. Less of a gap than the previous pit. So let's push. Try to close that down. It's about... So you lose about 20 seconds when you pit. They're about. So we want to make sure we push these vehicles as fast as we can make it go without any spins, any spinalas. Honestly, if they stay out longer, if they're 2 stopping anyway, we want them to stay out longer. Because right now we are really reeling them in. Multiple, I think it's about 3 seconds a lap now. Yeah, and those first couple of corners, the Ford GT, even on fresh tires, it struggles with. It absolutely slides the rear out. So it's gotta be limping. It's gotta be limping through. We gotta push now. We're on fresh rubber. A lot of power under the hood. Yep, 11 seconds. Gotta watch sliding those rears out a little bit. We want to push. We want to still conserve our tires a little bit so we can make it to around lap 40, I think. Yeah, lap 40 would be good. All right. 8 seconds. Alright, this is good. That means when it pits, it is going to be about 12 seconds behind us. Kaito, hey, welcome, man. Hope you're doing well. Right now, we are... Ooh, okay. We didn't gain nearly as much time as we wanted to there. We're hunting down a Ford GT. Clash of the American Titans. I'm gonna ride it out to the exit curb. There we go, there we go. Full speed down, brake just before the 50-meter board. Good. Alright, under 7 seconds. This is good. In about 2 to 3 more laps, the Ford GT is gonna be pitting. And that is where we're gonna need to really extend. Hopefully they run longer. They run longer, that means we'll be really reeling them in. And then they'll be stuck. They'll be stuck with their pants down. And we will have the camera to laugh at them. Then we gotta be careful because we have one more pit stop. This coming up will likely be their final pit stop. Alright, what is the gap? That is a car up ahead. I see that lime green Ford GT. 6 seconds. Alright, that's not bad. 4th gear, 1st corner, brake again in a straight line. 3rd, cut it tight. Run it out to the exit. No dirt on the tires. There we go. Through the S's. This really eats through your tires if you have a high-powered car like us and the Ford GT. Feels absolutely amazing in a high downforce car though, like your GT500 or your modern day GT3s would feel really good through there. Alright, come on, come on. I see it just up ahead. We are hunting it down. Under 4 seconds now, nowhere for it to run. This is good. If we can extend the gap, especially while it pits, then that means we will have the ability to pit unburdened. We gotta be careful though, because I imagine they're gonna be on an absolute tear once they get those fresh tires. Oh, they're pitting! They are pitting early. Alright, can they last the 18 laps? Can they last the 18 laps to the finish? That's gonna be close. Our new fastest lap time as well, 26.8. We were absolutely pushing the Viper to its limit there. That's the good stuff. Alright, let's extend. Let's get to around lap 40 and then we will pit. We'll have a 10 lap sprint to the line, all in clean, good tires. But all we can hope is that the Ford GT really has some issues. It's behind a couple of blue flag cars now. So hopefully they slow it down. Oh, I'm nervous, guys. I am so nervous, chat. Down in a second gear, hit the apex. Run it out to the curbs, try to carry as much speed as possible. Oh man. We're approaching the 50-minute mark of this endurance race. It's a shorter endurance race, but it's still an endurance race, at least by Gran Turismo standards. Alright, there we go. Nice and smooth on the exit. 6, 7. Alright, 127. So we can keep running 127s to 128s, we'll be good. We got a clear track ahead of us. The Ford GT, I think, just got past the blue flag cars. So I think we managed to gain even more time on them. Alright, going to do this endurance like no tomorrow. Yeah, especially with most of the races only being like 2 to 3 laps. This is actually like endurance. Though there's still, you still have the 2-hour endurance race here. You didn't really start to get like the long endurance races till Gran Turismo 4. With the 3 different 24-hour endurance races, some 9, some 8, some 6-hour endurances. I intend to do those as well. For Gran Turismo. So that'll be fun. GT4. Yeah, it's weird, like modern Gran Turismo, like Gran Turismo 7, they have the grid size. They have the ability to run multiple classes. They're able to have, you know, the variable weather and time progression for pretty much all their tracks. Do they do endurance racing? No. Longest race is an hour. Like, come on, Gran Turismo. You finally have the technology to realize the dream you had with Gran Turismo 4. Don't let the flame die out. Oh, I say the last corner of looking at this. Really? The last corner? That one's not much of an issue for me. The one for me is usually the corner, the high-speed left-hander just before the corkscrew. You gotta take it just right to get a fast lap time. But if you take it wrong, your car either bounces wide and you end up in the pea gravel, or you lose a lot of speed. The corkscrew is an absolute blast, though. For you, it's a corkscrew. It's a tough one, but it feels so good once you finally get it right. Because you finally get that speed right, and you see basically your delta go from, you know, minus a tenth or like even plus a tenth to minus 0.6. And you're like, okay, that's how I do it. And it is, oh my gosh, it feels so good to get it right. But it's a tough one. It's beautiful to watch cars go through it though, IRL. And even on like the TV as well, just seeing them So cool. The thing I like about the new game is you can still have body in your car. I mean, yeah, they're limited, but it's still more than like the previous Gran Turismo games. Like in that aspect, the customization, the decal editor and everything is genuinely really cool. I just wish there was more like single player racing to do. Like, you have all these cars, let me like experience them, please. Let me experience them in a meaningful way. Easy. Our times are starting to slow down a little bit. We got 4.5 laps till we pit. We're going to be pitting a little bit early, so we have a 10-lap sprint to the finish. Oh, a little bit late on the brakes there. Wish I had some license body kits. Yeah, but the licensing for those is expensive. Because basically you need to get the license from the body kit manufacturer, as well as the OK from the automotive manufacturer, to have that kit on the car as well. Plus, then you need to have entirely different hitboxes for like the wide body kits, like the Pandem kits and everything. Which, again, gets tricky. That'd be cool to have in like a later edition. But, unfortunately, that's not quite what the game Gran Turismo is. At least not as of right now. Alright, we're gonna have a blue flag. Does Sony license at the Lexus? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They have Lexus and they have Toyota as well in their games. Though their cars, the Lexus cars, again, for some reason, are a little bit weird with how you can paint them. For some reason, Lexus is really, really finicky with how you do liveries for their vehicles and everything. Dang, alright, on fresh rubber, the vet isn't that slow. The vet is actually pretty quick. We're still gonna send up the inside though. And so iRacing still don't have Lexus despite having a race. Yeah, that also the Lexus GT3 that's currently in IMSA as well as. Oh, it's getting up there in age. It's almost a decade old. Like it's 6 years old. Like that is an old GT3. So I think iRacing might as well also be waiting for the new Toyota / Lexus GT3 to be released. Wait, it is? Yeah, it's old. It's like either a 2017 or like a 2018 model was the Lexus, I thought. I'm pretty sure it is. Do correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought it was. BOP really doing the Lexus favors to keep it competitive. Yeah, the Lexus usually gets pretty favorable BOP and IMSA. Not as much in the SRO events. So like the GT World Challenge and like WEC as well with the FIA. But in IMSA, the Lexus is pretty strong. The Lexus gets pretty strong BOP. (2017) Daytona was their first debut. Yeah, but I think that was the older RCF GT3. I think they have a newer one that came out in 2018. I think. That has slightly revised aero and better electronics. Alright, so lap times are pretty good still, in the 128s. That's good. Hopefully the GT is still a ways behind us. We're probably going to end up losing the lead when we go to pit, but we should be able to bring it back. For grid or GT7. Depends on what grid. The first race driver grid or grid autosport, I actually quite like. When we're talking Grid 2 or Grid 2019 or Grid Legends, I wasn't a big fan of those. I prefer my grids to be a bit more sim-cadey compared to arcadey. Plus, I like having more of like the licensed tracks as opposed to racing on, oh, look at this cool city. Oh, look at this cool city. Yeah, the tracks aren't that great, but look at this cool city. Like, don't get me wrong, Havana was Havana in Grid 2019? I think it was Havana. It was some track like that. Like, don't get me wrong, it's pretty, but it didn't provide the greatest racing because it was just so narrow for most of the cars. So you end up just kind of single filing it unless you just push everyone out of the way. But Grid Autosport was genuinely enjoyable. I really liked racing the touring cars and the open wheelers there. The endurance events were kind of fun too. And then, oh, the time attack with the tuner class was genuinely really enjoyable. And then Grid 1 is genuinely, bellissimo. It's funny, the best grid was the first one. It's like, they came out swinging, and then every release since was like, oh, well, we don't know what we want. We don't know what you want either. Let's just throw stuff at a wall and see what sticks. I will say though, some of the licensed tracks for Grid 2019 that they did have were genuinely pretty solid. There wasn't a lot, but there was quite a few of them that were good. Like you had the, what was that Chinese track? Zhuhai, I think? Zhuhai International Circuit. And then you had Sydney Motorsports Park, which I quite liked racing on. So both those are pretty cool. And tracks that don't usually get a lot of love. GT7, it's got a lot of good things going for it. It's got a good... Like, literally, it does everything right, but single player. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so probably be about 10 seconds down on the GT40. So we basically need to gain about a second a lap. Chat, do you think we can do it? I'm feeling confident. Oh, only 6 seconds. Never mind. Chat, we can do this. Chat, we can do it. Okay, little bit deep there. Little bit deep. Put them out of pepper begin. That depends entirely on the market and budget. That is way too open-ended a question. Depends on the modifications, depends on so many things. I will say in terms of overall just forum support, Hondas are probably a good starting place. At least in the States. Between the aftermarket supports, most of the interchangeability of parts, plenty of forum and technical support from, again, aftermarket companies or, again, from third-party, forums and all that stuff. Probably a Honda from, like, the late 90s, early 2000s. Especially someone that's still OBD, too. I mean, that's why you see so many tuned Hondas as well, it's... People wouldn't specifically be tuning them if they were hard cars to tune, I guess. Yeah, the only one I can find is when I started racing 2017. Okay, so they may be running... They may be running the slightly older model then. So yeah, it's almost a decade old. It's an old boy. I say that as a Merc enjoyer that came out in 2020, so you know, take that as you will. The Merc is getting up there in age as well, especially compared to the likes of, you know, the 296, the 720, the new Vet, the new Mustang. But the Merc still kicks butt. The Merc is still pretty strong on its day. To no Bathurst? Nope, you'd have to wait till a GT6. But I mean, Gran Turismo has always been about, you know, having the original circuits and everything, and only then later on paying money for like the big hitters. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what I like. I mean, yeah, obviously drive what you like, drive what you're comfortable with and everything. For me, it is the Merc. I know there are cars that are faster and everything, a little bit more aero efficient, a little bit, you know, better in a straight line, but I just gel with the Merc. Also GM T800, GM trucks. Yeah, at least in America. I'm not sure in like other countries, but in America you'd have a solid aftermarket for them. I'm not sure what kind of availability of parts and everything you'd have in like Europe or that type, you know, those places, but in the States, yeah, you get a pretty large. But like, it's the same thing, like in Europe, you know, you have like your Corsas and like, you know, your little Peugeots and everything that have, you know, the little aftermarket stuff and all of that. But here in the States, like, no one even knows about it. And you're good luck finding or getting parts shipped for those types of vehicles. So it really depends on the market. Is it Nürburgring this game? No, only licensed track in this game is Laguna Seca. Nürburgring didn't come till, well, the Nordschleife didn't come till 4, and the Grand Prix track and combined track didn't come till 5. This is still way early. But it is a very strong selection of original circuits, including things like Apricot Hill, Rome Circuit, Tokyo Route 246, all that stuff. If you haven't played Gran Turismo 2, I do highly recommend it. It does show its age, but it is genuinely enjoyable with the sheer amount of freedom you have and the way you can progress compared to especially later Gran Turismo games. Second gen Viper? Second gen Viper's not bad. I still prefer the first gen as my personal favorite. But that's also because it was like the Viper that I grew up with, so, you know. Plus also, you know, the target top and the ability to have the high power with the wind in your hair and everything, like, yes. Gimme, 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 please. That's why I have a soft spot for the third generation SRT10 convertible as well, because I'm like, ooh, a high-power convertible car? Yes, please. Gimme, 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 gimme. I don't care if it's slower, I don't care if it's heavier, I don't care if it's more expensive. I love me my convertibles. I love me my open top cars. Would you play Flat or Reckless in the future? Funny you should mention that. I already have. I have played Flat Out 1 and 2 and 4 on Wreckfest. And completed all of those. Quite a while ago, actually. I even did a review of Wreckfest too. Which, speaking of which, I need to work more on the Cherokee review. It's, gosh, almost a year at this point since my last one. I need to get back into it. So many things have happened this year. Speaking of the Vipers, I remember NASCAR 05. Yes, the first race where you just racing the different production cars against the different drivers. So the first one was Ryan Newman. You race against Jeff Gordon in a Corvette. Tony Stewart, I think, in like your Ford F-150 SVT Lightning. I forget who was the Dodge SRT4. But yes, those all were really, really good. It was really fun. And the French convertibles? Yeah, they're definitely hit or miss. Like, some cars don't look quite as good in convertibles, like the Mustang. But I still have a soft spot for them. You know, the open top nature, you know, having the wind in your hair, being able to hear, you know, the full, you know, the exhaust and everything. Yeah, no, I definitely like the vehicle roster and Crazy Taxi. Like I said, I have a soft spot. I have a soft spot for the convertibles. Like my garage and some of my garage in GTA 5 are like filled with things like the Tornado Custom, the Buccaneer Custom with the roof removed, your Peyote, your you know, like the old Coquette Blackfin with the roof removed and everything. Just beautiful vehicles with that open top driving. Does it make you more prone to getting shot? Yes. Does it offer you less protection against, you know, other things? Yes. Will your character get wet if it rains? Yes. Is it still really, really cool? Yes. Basically, if the car has a convertible option, I usually go for it. With few exceptions. Some coupes look better than their convertible counterpart, like the Alfa Romeo 8C or the Mustang or the Nissan, most of the Nissan Z cars. But generally, I like the look of convertibles. That's why I've also been a big fan of like the open top prototypes as well. Because those are just so cool. You know, your Audi R8s, your Pescarolo P60s. P60? It's a P50. I forget. It's an alphanumerical. Your BMW V12 LMR. In fact, I'm not familiar with most of the vehicles you talk about. It makes me feel like that's a proper car. Different strokes for different folks and everything. You generally focus more on kind of like the older vehicles and like a lot of like the trucks and, you know, the more kind of smaller, you know, more economy focused vehicles. I grew up with a lot of like the sports car racing and everything, so doing the research on the vehicles that the racing cars are based off of and everything is generally kind of like my forte. Easy on the brakes. This thing has no ABS, it has no traction control, and I do not want to lose ground to the GT40. I do not want to lose ground to the GT40. But here's the other thing as well. No matter how much you know or don't know, you can always learn more. Like you never stop learning. Because as long as you do that, then you know you'll always be open to. Ooh, all right. Well, I'm kind of curious about this. Let's try to learn a little bit more about this. And you just continue kind of, you know, expand on your knowledge and everything. And that's with any subject, not just cars. That's how you kind of become a more well-rounded individual, more knowledgeable person and everything. Most knowledge is space and weather. Ah, oh, nice. I need to get back into like a lot of like the space stuff. I kind of fell out of love with like space and aerospace. Ironically, when I was working aerospace, just because of the work environment, and the old heads of the channel can attest as well. One of my older workplaces, I liked a lot of the people that worked there, but I did not really enjoy working there. I liked a lot of the people. I liked the science and engineering I was doing, but I just didn't quite enjoy the overall like working there. Watching videos about the spatial relativity and time dilation. Yeah, that stuff. I am so glad that the most complicated things I built still operate within rough, you know, within some level of atmospheric pressure and thermodynamics. Gosh, I can't imagine how difficult it must be to design things to be in a near vacuum. That's gotta be difficult, man. Alright, nice and easy. Brake just before the 50. Tires are wearing out a little bit. We're laying down the rubber. Back this way. Alright, we got a left-hander coming up. Brake at the left-hand marker. Hug the inside curb. Set yourself up for the chicane. Run it out to the outside curb. There we go. Yes. Alright, one more lap, ladies and gentlemen. Final lap of the first endurance race of the night. Can we do it? Can we do it? Yes, we can. Those tires are screaming. Yeah, they're getting into the yellow in terms of the wear. The rears are starting to get into the oranges. We're getting to the point where they are beginning to fall off performance-wise. We did put a solid lap time down of a 128 flat, which on these worn tires, not bad, but yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. It is going to be a tough one. All right. Got a Corvette back marker just ahead of us. Brake just before the 50. Oh gosh, easy there. Easy there, whoa Nelly. Alright, let's see if the back marker gives us space. Or if they decide to just hold their line. Technically, they are not obligated to give us space, even if they are quote-unquote blue flags. But sometimes it is a smart thing to do. There we go, run it to the outside. There's the finish. Across the line. Let's go. Woo. Alright, I was worried there for quite a while that we'd end up losing it to the Ford GT as the AI spins us behind. Sorry, that's our victory donuts. How far ahead of the Ford GT do we finish? Seems like a fairly large gap, actually. The three stop worked. Corvette spotter. I say you cut the course. You have to slow down and give up the time gains. 34,808. Okay. Dang, we put a gap on that Ford GT there at the end. Unless they literally pitted the final lap. I know the AI sometimes is a bit dumb and has done that before. $500,000. Mmm. Delicious. Very delicious. Oh my word. Alright, let's see what other options we have for our race events. I want to see what kind of car we get as well. Oh man. You could do the Grand Valley 300 kilometers. That wouldn't be a bad one. Put full busy reprint interior in the Setsu. Hey, at least what's her face will like it. Suzuki would like it, right? At least Suzuki would like it. Ooh, we got a racing version of the GTSR Viper. Oh, we use the Viper to win the Viper. I'll take it. Oh, she likes the leopard print. Well, dang. Alright, let's see what the Grand Valley 300 kilometers. what that one has in store for us. What are some of our opponents? Oh, that one is also streetcars. That is a clean Viper. Okay, so not Grand Valley, 300 kilometers. Laguna Seca, 200 miles? What kind of opponents are we racing against here? Yeah. Okay. So Laguna Seca we're racing against Super GT and GTS cars. Roughly equal in terms of performance. So let's get the Viper. Let's get the Viper. And let's do this. Oh, it is a super clean Viper. I like how the longer endurance, a 200-mile endurance race, pays you less money than the Apricot Hill race. All right, let's get ready. Make sure we don't spin the thing. I know the Viper gets a little bit dicey. The Viper gets a little bit dicey on the corkscrew. But you know what? We're still gonna try it. Type of TV show back in the 90s? Oh, sweet. I wonder if it was created as like a reference to the, because it was a Corvette TV show in the 50s. The only tier I don't hate is plush, because it's just pink. Yeah, that doesn't seem too bad. Honestly, I kind of like the standard interior. The standard interior seems, but I'm also a simple man. Okay, this guy's downforce. Alright. Alright, so we're probably looking at maybe second gear for that corner. This thing has grip though, holy moly. It's got grip and it's got power. Does not exactly have the best brakes. And we gotta be a little bit careful out of the hairpin. But this is pretty solid. 121, not a bad start time. It's my favorite color being pink. The only interior I like is the Suomi. Which one is the Suomi? Is that the blue one that you can get at TMOs? Holy cow. Okay, I think we may have picked a car that's a little bit too fast. We may have picked a car that's a little bit too fast. Okay, so it is the blue one TMO sells. That one doesn't look bad. Oh gosh. Alright. So yeah, we don't want to understeer at corkscrew. So when I car that, I can plug in and go. Oh, a little kind of you know, friendly, more user-friendly electric car than what's currently on the market, basically. Yeah, if you live in a more like urban environment and everything, which I think you do. Yeah, you do. Then like, yeah, that'd be a solid thing. The Leaf's not a bad option, although they're pretty expensive for what you get out of them. And also the Leafs feel really bad on the highway. I like it because Finlandia. Ah, okay, so it's the Finland print and everything, Finland colors. I make life easier, not turn into a tuna can if a crash happens. I mean, my Corolla's done me a good. I've not got into an accident and don't intend to get into an accident in my Corolla, but like my Corolla is really, really nice. Although it is getting up there in age. It's an 09, so it's you know, it's an older It's an older one, but I still like it. Will the truck will turn into Tycoon again? Yeah, with the truck, though, you gotta watch out for the rollovers and everything, depending on, like, what kind of avoiding action you need to take. There's no, like, 100% safe car. Only thing you can do is just be a safe driver and try to encourage other people to also be a safe driver. Alright. Green grass, am I Laguna Seca? It could be you. Yeah, problem is, you know, others as well. Because people be dumb. People be dumb and all that stuff. Plus 5-second penalty to Okan. Plus 5-second penalty to Okan. Imagine getting brake checked by a semi that stands behind you. Yeah, if you didn't have a semi behind you, that wouldn't be as much of an issue because you'd be able to brake better than them. But the semi versus in the semi sandwich, yeah, that's when you try. That's when you try to pull off to the side, even run the curb and get onto the sidewalk if you have to. Anything to minimize damage to yourself. Alright, we gotta brake a little bit earlier for the corkscrew, I think, because we keep causing a little bit of issues there. Oh gosh, alright. Be careful there. Yeah, okay, so you want to brake just a bit after the Bosch signs. Or not. Alright, time to make up ground now. The Viper may have been a little bit of a mistake. The Viper may have been a little bit of a mistake. We gotta make that ground up. We gotta make that ground up and fairly quickly. Gotta remember, the rears are actually starting to show their tire wear now. We've been pushing them a little bit too much. So we gotta close up that gap again. So on fresh tires, the Viper is considerably faster than pretty much anything else. If we could stop understeering there, that would be great. It's like second gear, you bounce out the rev limiter, and third gear, you just don't have the torque to get it to rotate. I am pushing a little bit deep into the corners as well, though. I am pushing a little bit deep. I'm gotta remember that this is still, despite being a race car, this is a much older race car than the race cars I'm used to. And that my ACC braking points don't quite match up 1-to-1 with Gran Turismo 2. Some of them do, like turn 3 here, as well as a little bit of turn 4. But yeah. Reggie, welcome. Yes, this is a Dodge Viper. We're chasing down 2 JGTC cars in the Laguna Seca 200-mile endurance race. The idiot trashing the guy drawing caught him in illegal in Spanish and on their way to another car. It's like something from Tex Avery. Honestly, if you want a comedy skit, just stand at your local street corner and you can usually find something like that. Or tragedy. Or action adventure. It's a random number generator that determines what actually happens. Alright, we may have Punterino'd the skyline a little bit. We are not racing clean. We need to race a little bit more cleanly. We need to gain a time up to second. Nah, I like watching truck try to squeeze under the bridges. Oh, what's that bridge called? Yeah, the one where the trucks get open with a can opener opens a can basically. It just peels off the top. Yeah, I like watching his videos too. They're always. It's funny how no matter how many signs and everything they put up, trucks still get caught under it. They even raised it again. And now it's mainly just trucks with like the AC units on top, knocking them off. All right, 2.3 seconds. We're maintaining the gap. I want to try to gain a little bit of time. We gain on the first sector, but we lose a little bit of time on the third sector. So we just. But as long as we're careful through the corkscrew, we'll be okay. Whoa! Dang, alright, he was real slow in that corner. They have so much straight line speed, but they like almost come to a complete stop in the corners. Alright, Super versus Viper. Oh, they got the cutback on me. Alright. Alright. GG. They got the cutback on me. Bravo, well done. Alright, I think we made it stick this time around. Yeah, I think we made it stick. Alright, let's push now. Try to build up a little bit of a gap. I want to see roughly when the Super and the other cars are going to be pitting. Right now, this is a lot closer race than the Apricot Hill one was. All the cars are still on the lead lap, 10 laps in. With shorter lap times as well. Oh gosh, the corkscrew is so difficult on GT2. GT3 it's a lot better, and in GT4 it's it feels a lot better to drive. But dang, GT2, it feels really tricky to get right. There we go. New faster lap. 117, that's what I'd like to see. In clear air. I gotta go see what it is. Alright, take care, Ranger. Have a great night, alright? We're gonna be We're gonna be pushing with this one. This is gonna be a fairly long endurance race. It's gonna be around like 2 hours in the Viper and the all of that. I'm excited. Oh gosh, easy. Easy, there we go. Do the corkscrew. Yeah, the corkscrew is a tough one. Absolutely love Laguna Seca though. I like the fact that it's one of the first ever IRL tracks featured in Gran Turismo. It just feels really, really good. This feels really good to drive. Got a good variety of corners, the laps are fairly quick as well. You get a lot of the history of the track, beautiful scenery. Even if most of it is, you know, in low poly resolution because PlayStation 1. But it's still really cool. Just a nice track. Then in Gran Turismo 3, you have basically Laguna Seca, and then they add Côte d'Azur, which is basically Monaco with the serial numbers filed off. And oh my gosh, I love driving the different cars at Monaco. Nope, nope, save it, save it, save it, save it. There we go. Oh my word. Alright, we're probably gonna pit around like lap 14, I think. Nah, let's go to lap 15. We'll pit on lap 15, as that'll allow us to use one less pit stop. Alright, there we go. Nice and smooth. Oh gosh. Smooth in the Viper? What are you talking about? What kind of world does Viper and smooth go together in? Oh, but this thing, it drives so nice. It sounds really nice as well. It's just got that grip. There we go. Down in the third. Alright, and now we're pulling a little bit of a gap. So many laps. Yeah, but that's the enjoyment of endurance racing, is it really tests your long-term decision making, long-term strategy planning and everything. Like endurance racing is one of my jams in like, especially like the sim racing as well, because you can really get into, you know, a lot of, you know, the rhythm and everything. You get to see how the race evolves over time and all that. That's why I love doing, for the sim racing league I'm in, I like doing like the V2.4s and the V4H and everything. And all of that. Basically just different timed endurance races. 2.4 is nice, like a maximum limit for like a solo drive, because it's basically a 2-stop, 2.5 hour endurance race. In like GT3s or GT4s, or the one that's coming up, touring cars, and I'm excited. Talking about the tires. Well, we're gonna be changing tires shortly anyway. Next lap, we're changing tires. Because right now, these tires are... It's one of those things where it gradually progresses as well. The more you use the tires, the more you end up sliding, which then wears the tires even more. And it basically becomes like a, you know, a positive feedback loop where basically you know, you end up, you know, burning through the tires if you burn through them early. Next stint, I'm gonna try to take a little bit better care of the tires. But right now, we're pushing a little bit to gain a little bit of extra time. A little bit of extra time here. Gosh, I'm so glad Laguna's take us so around. There's been efforts to curb racing there because people will move next to a racetrack and they'll be like, wait, racing? At the racetrack that I knowingly moved next to? How preposterous! I mean, one thing if a racetrack gets built up next to, you know, your house or whatever. Like, yeah, I can understand the complaints then and trying to organize things, but like, you were literally knowingly moving next to a racetrack. Like, why? Like, don't get me wrong, I would love to live next to, like, or close to a racetrack. Like, you know, the final two corners at Imola, those houses there that kind of overlook those corners. Yeah. Like, I would want to live there. Alright, there we go. We pit, and we got out. Did everyone else pit with us? So everyone else is going on the 15 lap stint as well. So I could have sworn for sure that we'd get passed by at least someone. But it seems everyone else is also on that 15 lap stint. Oh gosh. Easy there. Easy there. Down a gear. Hit the apex. Before the 3, down in the second gear. Be a little bit gentler on throttle so we don't completely melt the tires. There we go. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love the Viper. It's a shame... It's a shame Dodge doesn't have any GT programs anymore. A little bit sad about that. As in the early 2000s, Dodge was like, with the Viper, was like one of the top dogs in a lot of like the GTS class racing and everything. Alongside things like, you know, your Corvette C5R and, you know, that type of stuff. And the you know, your Pano's Esperante. Like, American GT cars in the early 2000s were, like, world class. Although, I guess we did get the Mustang as a good replacement. So hopefully the Mustang GT3, you know, is able to really step into its own. Easy. Don't melt the tires. Don't melt the tires. 1:16. There we go. That's a better lap time. Yeah, I was braking way too deep on some of the corners. So let's make sure we drive smoother to go faster. I think at this pace, though, we're gonna end up lapping some of the GT500 cars. Whoops! It's one of the things where you try to get a vehicle that's roughly on pace with the people you're gonna be competing with, and sometimes it ends up with a great battle, like the Viper versus GT, and other times you end up. It starts out similar on pace, but then you're like, oh no. There we go. 16-2. This is the good stuff. Beautiful car, beautiful track. Just out of curiosity, what is some of you guys' favorite of like the early 2000s GT or sports car, like sports racing cars? There's so many good ones to pick from. Whether from your own country or from like local racing series and everything. There was a lot of good stuff. A lot of good options. I do have a soft spot for, again, you know, the Vipers and the C5R Vets. Absolutely beautiful machines, especially the C5R Vets that had the yellow, white, and black tri-tone paint scheme. Those looked genuinely gorgeous. Tired and I'm gonna go to sleep. Alright, Russell for Showpage GT. Hope you have a great night. Oh boy. Alright. Easy there. So short shifting it out of turn 2 will probably give us a little bit of more time. Yeah, it did give us a little bit of time. Gosh, this thing feels so good to drive. Absolutely love it. It's one way to take that corner, not exactly the fastest way, but it's definitely one way to take the corner. $11, $12, $13, $14, $15, $16, $287. So not quite our fastest lap, but definitely closer. Alright, come on. Just gotta keep pushing between the 2 and the 1. Hug that inside apex. It's so beautiful. Alright, we got about 9.5 more laps until we go to pit. Yeah, this may be our fastest lap. Yeah, come on, big push. Never mind, 16-3. We lost a lot of time coming out of that final turn, I think. As well as in the corkscrew. Oh my gosh, this thing feels so good to drive though. Beautiful, beautiful V10. Absolutely screaming. It's a good thing we don't have to worry about fuel in this game. Fuel didn't come around until GT4 because the V10 Vipers are a little bit thirsty, just a little bit drinky. Little bit drinky glug. You know, high displacement, a lot of cylinders firing, a lot of fuel usage. So, you know. one other thing to consider for an endurance car as well is how much fuel it uses. 116.1, there we go. That is good. Oh, easy. There we go, there we go. Nice, this feels so nice to drive. The back of the field is keeping pace though. So we're kind of in a little bit of a no man's land right now. So we're all by ourselves. Yeah, it's a little bit awkward, but hey, get clear air, good driving, beautiful track. Maybe I should have picked the other Viper. The other Viper had a little bit less power. The STP Viper. Yeah, the STP Viper would be a solid choice for this to get some good battles and everything. The GTS SAR Viper might be just a little too fast. Whoopsie daisies. It's just the way the cookie crumbles, you know? What is Jose? I think I've seen you talk about that before, but I'm not too sure. What's it all about? Easy. There we go. Oh. Car is death. Car is death. The rears are starting to get worn down. I want to make it last 5 more laps so we can go one more lap without pitting. One story is one sister spread jealous of another sister, spreading rumors that she cheated on her husband with her ex. Oh gosh. Ex is revealed to be shooting banks. Oh, shooting blanks. I'm like, dang, he's a bank robber. All right, we get even more action. Shooting blanks. Shooting blanks, and the baby's not even his. Oh no. That's a rip. Was it the husband's baby? Just say Sumo manga like seinen? Axis to try to hit the other assist with the. What the bruh. That's some GTA level psycho psychopathic nature stuff. Holy moly. Dang. Dang, Japan, you crazy. Nope, he divorced the sister bang the others. That entire family needs Jesus. That I don't care what religion you believe. That entire family needs Jesus. Holy moly. Husband saved the good sis from a fire, but he's a like an actual dog, like bark bark, arf arf, dog. Like a dog. And like Wolfman, like he's a werewolf, or is he like literally like permanently stuck in like the hybrid form of like being, you know, half wolf, half man type of deal? It reads like a bad drama. It reads like a Spanish soap opera. He is a as in dresses as a furry, or as in like IRL, he's basically his persona. Is his persona. But IRL. Can change back and forth, but that is discriminate. Oh, so this is basically like the mangas where like the girls read it and they're like, oh no, the poor baby. Oh, let me write all my fan fictions about how I would give him a loving home and cuddle him, and I could save him from the bad world and everything. Like that type of stuff, right? Please tell me the Wolfman rides a motorcycle. Please, it would complete the trope. It would complete the trope. Please tell me he has a leather jacket and rides a motorcycle. It is so stupid I can't stop reading. I mean, honestly, it sounds like good dumb entertainment. That sounds like fun, honestly. I remember in my Spanish class, on Fridays for high school, we watched this Mexican soap opera called Rosalinda. And oh my gosh, it is so ridiculous. Yeah, it is literally like a Mexican soap opera. It's like the sheer number of plot points going on, and like the random twists and like the added drama for the sake of drama is just kind of funny. There's a dog maid who has a lover who is a furry lover from America. So this just translates English and hooks them up. So like, okay, the dog maid, like the fursona dog maid, like hybrid, being able to transform, or like, again, dog. I am curious. Cause that'd be funny, just a dog that speaks Japanese. Just getting hooked up with a dog from America. Okay, transform, but you always see her as a dog. I mean, why, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. You know, I am going there. You know what? Some people do like a doggy style, but I think that's taking it a little bit too far, you know? Why am I like this? Why am I like this? Oh, Isaac. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. It's so trash, but read them like you're eating potato chips. Yeah, it's not healthy for you, but like, you know, if you read it alongside other stuff, it's not like totally gonna rot your brain, hopefully. Alright, let's get the tires up to temp. Now we're going to lap 45. That'll be a halfway point. One has a girl who changes into a duck. Has a duck guardian who is supposed to be a lion? What? And a friend is supposed to hook up with her ex-fiance. Save the world because the ex saves her life. Okay. But now the line deck says she saves the world. Japan, I need whatever drugs Japan is on. Because holy cow. I don't know how you come up with this stuff. My fiance finds to go interesting because she got dumped Because she got dumped 3 times, like, oh wow. Dang. Maybe I can be the one to fix it, bros. Oh, this is Korea. Okay. Damn. What are they? What kind of stuff are they? What kind of mushrooms are they putting in their food over there? Holy cow. I want to know how you even come up with this stuff. Like, is there like some like folklore? Or like some sort of like cultural thing. Cause this is so strange. Like why do people say America is weird? Granted, America is weird. But then you have stuff like that. And a school exchange girl who was born from a lion and a squirrel mom, and she loves a drag. Oh boy. In the royal house or something. the dragon nobility, who later on is gonna be Dragon D's. Why am I like this? Why am I like this? See, this is why I don't become a writer. I wind up like just writing some unhinged stuff, like in the middle of a chapter or whatever. Or like have one character just like, heh. I know, I am not proud of myself. I am not proud of myself. The endurance racing is making me feel funny things. And that Korean manhwa is bonkers. It's just so strange. Like on one hand, it seems genuinely cool and creative, but on the other hand, I'm like, it's just so strange. Like, I wonder how you come up with that stuff. Like, genuinely. That one with the go came back as a killer whale. Oh no. I mean, honestly, that could be a genuinely cool story, though. You know, you have like the internal politics and everything of like the underwater sea creatures. And another with an 8-year-old is okay, I would unironically watch the 8-year-old landlord one. Don't at me, I think that would genuinely be kind of cool to see how an 8-year-old manages properties and finances and everything. Like, does the stress of financial management and dealing with tenants get to them? Do they age quicker? Do they lose their childhood? The childhood whimsy? Like, you could genuinely do something really cool with that. The burden of being trusted with a fairly large financial responsibility at a young age. How does the kid manage the property versus the adult? So they bring a new perspective in. Sounds good. The reason why is because the king offheads with all boating boaters 100 years ago, and she magically knows. Oh, so the kid magically knows how to build buildings. That's how they become a landlord. Interesting. And that was not around because reasons gave her a ring to protect. I mean, you can still do a lot with that premise, though. Like, depending on how it's written and everything. Ow. Depending on how it's written, that could still genuinely make a pretty good story. I would be down to read that one. I would legit be down to read that one. Lady Baby with Go wants revenge. Girl turns into an idol and farms. What? Has a harem somehow at 50. Oh gosh. No. No. No, that's too young. And talk at what? Yeah. Like full on talking, like actual full on adult conversations and everything. I mean, still having a harem at 15 is kind of creepy. I don't think I was even dating anybody at 15. Like, I think I started dating my now wife at age 16. And even then, it was kind of awkward. The revenge plot went out the window. So part of the reason the story exists just gets ignored. Okay. Yeah, that is the Tom Super. It's got the little inline 4 instead. It was putting up a good fight despite being a lap down. What, really? What's what really? Oh, yeah. Like, I was... Yeah, my wife and I are high school sweethearts. I mean, we were one of the few that made it work. Mostly. I'm glad she didn't hear me say mostly. She'd be like, mostly? What are you talking about? We make it... But yeah. Oh, it's enjoyable. It's what happens when basically the nerdy, bookish, quiet kid asks out the other nerdy, bookish, quiet kid. And they bond over being nerdy, bookish, quiet kids. Probably for the best, because it was probably one of the most terrifying things I've ever had to do in my life. So, you know. Uh-oh. Oh, whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. There we go. How do people love the 94 Buick Roadmaster? Do people love the 94 Buick Roadmaster? That's the first time in a while I've heard the Buick Roadmaster be mentioned. Do people actually love the 94 Buick Roadmaster? That's such a specific car. A very specific kind of obscure car to love. It's gotta be like a meme or something, right? This is literally the first time I've heard anyone be like, yes, I love the 1994 Buick Roadmaster. Right? Unless this is some piece of car culture I have just not seen or experienced. I mean, I'm sure it's probably a good car. A lot of the GM cars of the 90s, especially the GM like luxury cars and everything, even like the Oldsmobile Aurora and stuff, were genuinely like really comfortable. I don't know, so recently people started up the 94. It's gotta be a meme then. It's gotta be like a meme and then everyone else is joining on. Holy cow. Alright, this is a long race. This is a long one, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle up for the long haul. I think this may actually be the longest race in the game. Because it'll go on for probably about or just over 2 hours. So this and the Rome 2-hour endurance are actually going to be the 2 longest races. The 2 longest races in the game. So hey, first endurance stream, and we'll already be having one of the longest endurance races done. Also, oh my gosh. Gran Turismo 4. On one hand, that's gonna be genuinely fun, because I love driving all the different cars in Gran Turismo 4 for the endurance races. On the other hand... Uh-oh. On the other hand... That is going to be, those are gonna be some long streams, I think. I don't intend to fast forward. I do intend to use B-Spec for things like gradually getting like dinner or whatever, or you know, that type of stuff. But I don't have any intention to use the B-Spec to speed up time. Alright, yep, brakes are not working nearly as well. Rear tires are dying. We gotta brake a little bit earlier. We gotta get our lap. We gotta lap the Tom Super again. V10 versus inline 4. Alright, yeah, that was a rough lap. Yeah, the rears are dying. Bono! Bono, my tires are gone, Bono. Alright, easy. Easy. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Alright, 2 more laps and then we will be pitting for fresh tires. We have chewed through these a little bit much compared to the previous sets. We chewed through these a little bit more. Dun dun dun. As you can see, the Tom Supra, it's got to be on fresher tires because it's giving us a good fight. But we're staying right up on it. We're giving it everything we've got. Oh gosh, alright, a little too deep there, a little too deep. We do not want to go nearly that deep. We do not want to be like some 41. Cause we're in too deep and we're trying to keep up above in my head. Oh gosh, this car is gonna kill me. Save it, save it, save it. Holy cow, the rear has 0 grip now. The rear's got 0 grip. To be honest, the front doesn't exactly have a lot of grip either. Like, once you get into, like, the orange, the tires just basically fall off in terms of lap time and overall grip. Alright, this is a lap we pit. I'm making sure we really rubber in the track at least, though. It's always fun watching, like, especially over a race weekend, watching the track kind of evolve with, like, you know, rubber rubber being laid down and everything on the racing line. You kind of see a build up of that stuff. It's really nice. As that part of the track kind of slowly darkens up. It's really cool to see. And you get to see, like, you know, the marbles build up offline as well for endurance racing and stuff. Oh gosh, this thing... Easy. Alright, yeah. These rears are dead. These rears are dead. And I think we might be able to do it in just about... in just about 2 hours. Which is awesome. So that means actually then the 2 hours of Rome is the longest race in the game. If just barely. If just barely. This one is also pretty close. But this is great. We got to drive the road-going Viper. Now we get to drive the racing Viper as well. You get to see the difference between the two cars, how they handle, how they drive. Two beautiful tracks as well. Absolutely love Apricot Hill. I love Laguna Seca. Some of my favorite both real and fictional tracks. So it's great to have our first endurance races on them in Gran Turismo 2, in a Gran Turismo 2 playthrough. Alright, there we go. I know in Gran Turismo 3, two of the longer races are the Laguna Seca 200 miles, and the longest one though is the Tokyo Route 246 endurance. It's 100 laps around Tokyo Route 246, and that'll go around 4 hours. That one's a long one. That one's gonna be a long one if you drive like the proper car. To put up a good, you know, a good fight and everything. You know, one of the JGTC cars. So it'll be interesting to see. Alright, there we go. Back into 115s. That's good. We'll start shaving off some seconds on our overall time. And that'll be really nice. Fighter Thug, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Right now, we had just passed the halfway mark in an endurance race. Beautiful Viper. Beautiful track at Laguna Seca. Against a bunch of other beautiful cars like the GT500 class JGTC cars like your Skylines, your Supras, your NSXs. Really nice. Pretty good. Have you played Wreckfest? I find it so easy. You know, you're actually the second person to ask about Wreckfest today. I have played it. Actually, I played it on stream as well a while back ago. A little over a year. A little over a year ago. And I actually even did a review of the game. Funnily enough, I'm excited for Wreckfest 2 to come out. I definitely want to make sure I play that. Probably shortly after it releases. Because I enjoyed the first one so much, so I want to make sure. I want to do the second one as well. I want to have a lot of fun with that. I'm curious about what kind of content is going to be in it. What they're going to be adding, new features, new game modes. They could have some party game modes for online, like a tag mode, or like an infection mode from Halo. Or even like a cat and mouse mode. Where like you have one person in like a little small vehicle, like a lawnmower, or like, you know, one of those. And then everyone else is in like, you know, larger vehicles, like maybe like the bus or like a semi truck or something, or a harvester. Harvester might work. What do you think of the Crew 2? It's free and peaceful. Interesting. I have the Crew 2 on PC. It's not a particularly bad game. The live summits do help kind of keep it fresh and everything. Although the Crew 2 is kind of close to the end of its life. Now that the Crew Motorfest is the one kind of getting a lot more of, like, you know, the attention and everything. But even as a single player experience, it's not a terrible game. It's you know, the racing, the handling is alright. You get a good variety of vehicles. The world is, you know, decent. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Honestly, I actually really enjoyed doing the air races in the Crew 2. Those were actually really, really fun. Is the Crew 2 similar to... I've never actually played, for a significant amount of time, a Forza game. But it's definitely a lot grippier than like the Need for Speed games. The handling's a little bit more down to earth. And a little bit more enjoyable. The vehicles, you know, obviously you can still tune up, you know, like a Cadillac Escalade to be on par with, you know, a Lamborghini Murcielago and everything, but like, it's not a bad game. Cars drive reasonably well enough. There's a decent amount of events, good amount of tracks and everything. Bonk. We have been bonked. Yeah, we're running really good lap times here. Just gotta get up to lap 60. Sim racing games usually the best. Yeah, Sims and Simcades I generally quite like, but I do like my arcade races too. You know, things like your older Need for Speeds, your Tokyo Extreme Racers. Again, you know, your Wreckfest and all that stuff. Those are genuinely enjoyable too. But yeah, the modern Need for Speed with the Break the Drift is... I'm not a major fan of it. I like the black box area handling the best. And even some of the older games, like High Stakes. High Stakes feels genuinely good to drive as well. Well, that's way too late. I do like how we're gradually getting through this race though. Like we're just lap after lap, just counting it down. That's the fun part about the lap-based endurance races, is you're not running down a clock, so you do have a reason to kind of push on the overall laps as well. All right, come on, nice and smooth. Did they ever make a Gran Turismo 2? Technically no, but you do have a mod for it. You have Gran Turismo 2 A-Spec. But this is just a regular Gran Turismo 2 running off of Duck Station. But we're still enjoying, we're enjoying the classics. We're enjoying the classics. No remake of Gran Turismo 2 officially. Technically, Gran Turismo 2 Project A-Spec is probably the closest thing to a remake, but it still has, the more retro inspired graphics. It just has more cars, more events, and some bug fixes and everything. Get the mod of Gran Turismo 2. So, I don't know exactly the best way to describe it. You can search up like the Project A-Spec Discord, or you can look up Project A-Spec on Twitter as well, and they have a lot of links there, and a lot of helpful guides that will explain it a lot better than I myself can. As it's basically, you kind of have to run it off of an emulator in order to get the Project A-Spec to work. And even then, you gotta be a little bit careful because it can crash on you. I haven't fully gotten mine working, but I intend to sometime in the future. There's a lot I need to get done, oh my gosh. There we go. 5 more laps until we're pitting again. And then we only have 2 more stints to the finish. Let's go. Down in the 3rd gear. Round the corner. Oh my word. Yep, the rears are starting to go a little bit on it. Let's try not to wear them out any more than we have to. We've been conserving them well enough this time around. But we gotta make sure we keep conserving the tires. That way we don't have them nearly as dead on us as the previous time we were playing the previous stints. Alright, there we go. 116, that's a solid time. Keep it right there. Alright, come on. There we go, nice and easy. we go. Nice and smooth. This will be a solid lap in the Viper. Dang, super close to the previous lap. So that's the consistency. That's the consistency. 1:16.7, 1:16.7. 0.003 seconds difference. 3 thousandths. That is a crazy amount of time. Alright, getting a little bit of that understeer. Fronts are starting to go a little bit too. Fronts are starting to go, rears are definitely going. So we're gonna start braking a little bit earlier and being a little bit more gentle on the throttle. Yes, it will affect lap time, but we can survive. Again, in this game, we don't really have the ABS, and we definitely don't have traction control. So, we want to be nice and gentle with our cars. Ooh, what's that one? I didn't get a good look at that. Was that the Skyline? I think that was the R33 JGTC car. There we go. I love the smoothness of this. A lot of the high-speed sweeper turns. You know, I haven't done in an actual sim. I haven't done an endurance at Laguna Seca yet. I hope I get to do one soon. That'd be a fun one to do, an endurance race one. That would be a genuinely fun one. There we go. Ooh, a little bit sideways, a little bit sideways. There we go. Alright, one more lap and then we're pitting again. Almost 2/3 of the way there. It's gotta be nice and gentle with the car. Oh yeah, the car that just pitted, they are catching us up a little bit. We're running a little bit slower lap times. Car is definitely at the end of it. The tires are definitely at the end of their rope. There we go. Alright, here we go. Alright. Oh, man. Oh gosh, I get so slidey there. I wonder if they model the full pit exit as just gravel there, and only have like a texture instead of having that part be tarmac. That would make sense. But technically IRL, you're supposed to use the full pit exit. Gran Turismo 3, it's all coned off, that part, and you cut out early. That's very dangerous as you're coming out over a blind crest, which is why you have that pit exit like that, as it basically keeps you between the lines until you're at a point where people going around the Andretti hairpin can actually see you. There we go. Alright, lap 75 is the next stopping point. We will keep this up. Yeah, in other races that have this type of vehicle, we should probably pick something that's a little bit slower. I mean, this is still enjoyable. It's a nice bookend. Start with the Viper, end with the Viper. Let's see what kind of times we can set. I know we got down into the 114s previously, but that was when we were absolutely pushing it. Our kind of average pace is right around like the 115s, 116s for like tires that are in their optimum window of grip. One thing that kind of always bothered me a little bit about some of the older Gran Turismo games is just how quick the tires got worn down. Like IRL, like racing tires supposed to last like at least like 45 minutes to like an hour. I guess the IndyCar tires are a little bit less durable. Same with F1 tires, but like, you know, they're designed for the shorter sprints, you know, the Grand Prix and everything. And they're intentionally designed not to last longer, but for like GT racing. Like these like I'd maybe be pitting like once, maybe twice in this race, but I'm pitting like 4 times. I mean, it's still fun though. Everyone's on an equal playing field. The AI has to pit a lot of times too, and it does kind of bring out a little bit more of like the pit strategy and everything. Alright, let's see the R33 GTR. The last of the four-wheel drive JGTC machines. In all its glory. we can catch it. Holy moly, it's fast. It must be on fresh tires too. It is very quick. Just chase it down. Oh, we'll have a plethora of cars a lap as well. Just about a quarter of a lap ahead. Oh, that's gonna make for some good. That's gonna be fun trying to get past them. Alright, 65, so we got 10 laps. Alright, on the inside. Yes. Very smooth. Keep pushing, keep pushing. There we go, back in the 114s. That's the pace I like. That's the speed I like. Oh gosh, alright, a little bit too much turning on the entry into Andretti. Turn 3. A lot of third gear corners here at Laguna, but they have this beautiful flow to them. Past all the grandstands, past all the cheering fans. Hope we're putting on a good show for them. Alright, we're gonna be gaining on another lap car here coming up. Wonder what it's gonna be. Oh gosh. Tree. Tree. Alright, that one was a little bit slow. We gotta go faster again. We are gaining on whatever car that is. Hopefully we can catch up to it before either we need to pit again or they pit. So I wanna see what it is. Nice and smooth. Down a gear. Nice. Back out this way. Whatever it is, it's blue. I could just see the faint blue pixel going over the crest of turn 1. Oh, I can see it. It's not gonna escape from us. Nice and smooth through here. Alright, it's blue and red, whatever it is. Come on, we're gonna be chasing it down. Sonic. It's blue and red, it must be Sonic. That's why I be going so fast. Now, looks like I'll be right back. I'm finally gonna take a shower and eat some food right now, so I'll be right back. Alright. See you shortly. See you shortly, Reggie. Ah, that's not good. We need to gain that time back. We need to gain that time back and fast. Oh, come on. 123. Gosh, almost an entire 10 seconds lost there. We are on a very nice lap, though. We are on a very, very nice lap. This will be our nicest lap of all. Yes, I am a child mentally. No, I don't have any maturity. What are you talking about? Alright, big push. Let's get back up there with Sonic. Come on, let's get back there with Sonic. Alright, we can begin seeing it again. Alright, time to build that gap. Time to close that gap. Big push. Easy. Oh, I know what car this is. This is the black, blue, and red Castrol NSX. This is the alternate color Castrol NSX. I think, yes. So, mid-engine naturally aspirated V6 versus front-engine naturally aspirated V10. Plenty of downforce to be reckoned with here in both vehicles. But I think we might be able to gain on them. We might be able to put a little bit of a... Oh, they're coming back around. Oh, they're still fighting with us. Alright, hi. Alright, there we go. We managed to get past them. Nice and smooth. Alright, our tires are wearing a little bit early. But we're still gonna go to lap 75. NSX is still giving us a challenge back there. We gotta push to get up with the other three ahead of us. I wanna see what cars those are. So the one just behind the NSX, that is the black and red R33 GTR. The one behind us is the NSX. I know one of them up ahead is a Castrol Supra. But I don't know what the other two would be. I don't remember, I'll be honest. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Oh, did one of them pit? What is that blue one? Is that the Ray Brig NSX? It's a bright blue, whatever it is. We got 2 laps. Well, we got 3 laps basically to chase it down. 2.5. So let's see. Let's see what it is. Let's see what car falls into our clutches. Come on, big push, big push. Yeah, don't do that. Stop hitting that curb. That curb is pain. Hey, welcome to Lion. Hope you well. Right now, we're getting close to the end of the last endurance event of the night. It is a hard-fought battle against the Viper and against these tires. Mismanaged time zones, forgot history. Oh no! How dare you forget the nah, I'm kidding. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I usually like running a little bit later with the Gran Turismo streams anyway because one, I don't stream on Fridays anyway, so if I'm tired, I can rest, you know, when I get home and everything. And 2, because I genuinely like, you know, the Gran Turismo games. And 3, because they got longer races in them anyway, so, you know, don't want to have a stream of just only doing one race unless the race is like, you know, a 4-hour or longer race, right? Oh, what is that blue car? I can only hope they pit the same lap we do. Sometime it's almost 1 month ago. Yep, the 21st. That is the fall solstice. Not solstice, equinox, the fall equinox. So that'll be interesting. Oh, we might not be able to get to it. It looks like the Ray Brig NSX, but I can't quite tell. Oh, we're not gonna be able to tell. Okay. That's fine. They will have to pit soon too. So let's go limp this car to the pits. Oh, wow, okay. Pit work in progress. American with American car and American track. Because Laguna Seca is also... Laguna Seca is also an American track out in California. There's quite a few road course tracks out in California. You got Laguna Seca, you got Sonoma, you have Willow Springs, you have Button Willow, you have Thermal Club, you have Long Beach. So many racetracks. Like, it is ridiculous just how many racetracks there are. Oh, alright, looks like one pitted. So that means they will be pitting soon. That's big push. Big push now. No more pit cycles for us. Just 14 more laps. Man has generally a good endurance race. It's not bad. Like, it's really enjoyable, and if you really kind of get your cars right, like the previous race, you will have a fight literally right to the end of the race. Like for us, it was the Viper versus the Ford GT at Apricot Hill, and oh my word, it was so much fun. We had to pit one extra time, but we were faster. We were faster than the GT on lap pace. So it became basically alright, how much time can we make up after each pit stop? Oh, are they all pitting? Alright, good, they're still coming out ahead of us, so we get to see them on track. I can just hear them faintly in my left ear. What the heck is a kilometer? Ah! Welcome, Gabriel. I hope you will. We got 13 laps to go. 13 laps to go in our endurance race at Laguna Seca. Our Viper is doing us well. Absolutely pushing to the limit. Oh my word, this feels so good to drive. Easy. Alright, back this way. Alright, I see them up ahead. We should be able to lap them all. Alright, this one is a very pretty red, white, and blue color, it looks like, just up ahead. Alright, nice and gentle. Nice and gentle with this. Welcome, Mark 7. And I miss these days, but up here recently Bass. We're playing Gran Turismo 3. Bass, my favorite Gran Turismo. I really like 4 as well. I think nostalgia outweighs any of the benefits of new games. Well, just also the simplicity as well. It's charming. You know, it's not an always online, microtransaction filled, loot box filled cash grab. You know, these games are made to be. Yeah, they were made to make money, but like. They also, you know, needed to be good to make money. Usually. You had some good games that did poorly financially, and some not so great games that did fairly well financially, so. Viper Race here home. I mean, basically. Ah, there it is. The Castrol Supra. Oh, listen to that turbo from it. And please ignore me spinning out like an idiot. It just means we get to see the Castrol Supra again. It just means we get to see the cat. Look, it's so nice we get to see it another time. That's how it works. I mean, you had some of like the paid DLC and everything in like the PS3 era, but at least you got like a solid amount of like the content for DLC. And then companies realized, wait a second, what if we just make content, then remove it from the base game, and then pay extra for DLC? And now you have, you know, games where you're paying more for less content, and especially less meaningful content. There's some genuinely good games out there, and even like modern games with modern DLC that's genuinely pretty solid. Like Wreckfest, the amount you get for like the car pack DLC is quite a lot. You get so much cars. And they're all, you know, unique enough and drive differently enough that they feel, you know, genuinely fun to drive. Alright, there's the Super again. Yeah, Wreckfest is so good. I'm excited for Wreckfest too. I want to play that when that comes out. That's definitely on my, basically, when it comes out, the next slot that opens up is going to be Wreckfest. I've not played much of Elden Ring, but yeah, I've heard good things about it as well. Yeah, the inline four in the Supra. And then later on, the Supras in the JGTC had a V8 instead, which is also really funny. Apparently, the inline six of the JZ, the 2JZ, wasn't that great for circuit racing. It was a bit on the heavier side. So in order to better compete, they swapped it out with the 3S engine from the Celica. Because we found how much Asians and Australians get. Yeah, you have a lot of the like a lot of the oh, what are they called? The gacha games. Those as well that are really popular over there. It's everything LS. LS is actually lighter than you think because, well, okay, most LSs are lighter than you think because they're aluminum block. So a lot of the Japanese cars with like the iron block engines, like for example the first gen Miata engine, it's actually heavier than the aluminum block LSs. Transaction started when you had to buy 16 Street Fighter games. Fair. Oh, casino gambling. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Here's the thing though, once you take like a statistics course and you begin actually analyzing those games, you realize statistically you are going to lose. It's not worth playing. That was just 30 pounds lighter than a 2JZ. Yeah. I mean, 2JZ is still a very solid engine and everything. Alright, tippy tap. Just a little graze of the brakes. Come on, I want to lap these two ahead of us. I mean, to be fair, like, the 2JZ is still a very solid engine. And especially in places like Japan and like that, where you get taxed heavily for having something like an LS powered vehicle. Like the 2JZ is a solid choice of an engine for like a high-end performance vehicle with a massive amount of aftermarket and a high tuning potential. It's just in the States because we don't really tax cars based on engine displacement. We're kind of, you know, we can, you know, afford to just be no replacement for displacement. Yeehaw! That's why the rotary is a lot more popular in places like, you know, Japan, New Zealand, and stuff like that. Because despite having the same amount of power, albeit a lot less torque, you know, your inline 6s and V6s from your NSXs and all that stuff, you have a 1.3 liter, so it's cheaper to put on the road. So it's basically the Mazda RX-7 and is basically like the Japanese muscle car, cheap horsepower, at least from an ownership standpoint. Yeah, US illegally tows cars and all that stuff. Every country's got its, you know, the faults and the stupidity and bureaucracy and everything that you gotta, you know, fight against and all that. It just depends on what you want to fight against, I guess. Alright, we finally get to see what that blue car is. It looks like an NSX. I think it's a Raybrig NSX. But I'm not entirely sure. It's hard to tell from a distance what the cars are in this game. In fact, I think that Ferrari in Greece some time back didn't let you drive around in the cars in some areas. Huh. Okay, it is a Raybrig NSX. Time for the lady who parked legally. The car is hooded for it. Oh, they wrecked her. They wrecked the car as well. That's horrible. Yeah, no. If I would lawyer up if I were her. I would lawyer up if I were her if she could. That ain't right. 15,000 damage. Yeah, that ain't right. Gosh, the Raybrig. The NSX is giving me 15,000 low fees. So that's when you sue the company for, you know, 60,000 or more. You wrap them in so much litigation. You make sure the reputation is gone. You make sure everyone knows exactly the people responsible who did it. And especially the city as well, if the city is doing that. Let people know the bureaucrats in charge of the city. Definitely make sure the people know what bureaucrats are in charge and stonewalling that, I think. Someone joked that the cop who gave the lady was Goku. Yeah, that's some rubbish. I'm on race hard. I think I'm on race medium tires. Imagine being poor. Oh, trust me, I grew up poor. I know the feeling. You have a lot less legal tools at your disposal. You have a lot less legal tools at your disposal for preventing and recovering from that kind of stuff. I feel bad for her. Oh, we may or may not be able to catch that last car ahead of us. We got 3 more laps to do it, and our tires are starting to scream for mercy. Oh boy. Save it. 115. Not on these tires. Earlier on, yes. Now, definitely not. Earlier on, we were getting into like the 114s even. Pit, I repeat, pit. Now with this few laps left, we can survive. We will survive. We end up losing more time by pitting than by we end up losing more time pitting than by staying out with only 2 laps to go at this point. So let's do this. Easy, around the corner. I don't know, the tires seem very warm. They're having some trouble. Oh, don't worry, they won't pop in this game. They can get, you know, full red with wear, and they won't pop. You'll have like next to no grip, but they won't pop. Alright, 117. All things considered with the tires, not bad. Oh, but I don't think we'll be able to catch up to the one in front of us. Yeah, that's about as good as I can get. We're pushing. We're pushing hard on the dead tires. It's like 1940s handling. Yeah, we got the bias ply tires. Oh, I at least want to know what car it is. I want to become a Hyundai. Okay, it's a GTR. It's a GTR. I don't know what exact brand GTR, but it's a GTR. Like what sponsorship? Oh gosh, the tires are dying. When you see being sold for 1,000. Hey, look, those little cheap cars. They have a place. They got that place, you know? Being people's first car and everything. Holy moly. That was a tough one. Holy moly. Holy cow. That... We did it. We did it. Holy moly. Look at that money rolling in. 2-hour race, only 2 lap separation. Yeah, I was trying, thank you for the GGs by the way. I was trying to get, for the endurance races, I like to have it be, I like having the cars be somewhat close in performance. That way we can at least get a good long battle. I did a lot better with that with the first race of the stream. The Apricot Hill race. Yeah, exactly, competitive. I want to get a car that'll be competitive and close to the field. So, holy cow. Oh my god. Oh, good job, I'm catching this one. Thank you, I appreciate it. I wanna see what car we do. What car we do? What car we got? Ooh, a 3000 GT LM edition. Alright. That's nice. That is very nice. I think what I might do one more, like, one make race. I want to see what one make races we still have left. And I will, let's check Honda. Let's check Honda. I think we have a few Honda one make races. Alright, we still have the NSX trophy. We have the racing style Civic race. We did beat the beat, I think. Yes. We did the Type R meeting. Alright, so we need an S2000, an NSX, and a racing Civic. So let's do that. Let's do those three. Let's do those three. NSX. Never mind, S2000. Let's get the S2000 since this is here. In Indie Yellow Pearl, because I quite like that color of the S2000. And let's do it. Let's do it. Just some shorter races to... Oh, right, I gotta racing modify it. Gotta racing modify this. Right. Alright, let's do this. Others. There we go. Number 2. Number 3. Holy moly. We are spending all the money. I still want to keep it Indie Yellow. I still want to keep it Indie Yellow. You know? I love that color of the S2000. It just looks so good. So, you know. Alright, let's do this. Let's get an NSX afterwards, and then we'll racing modify a Civic Type R. For funsies. Oh man. Shorter races now. I say as the races on Grand Valley Speedway. Alright, let's get into the slipstream. Let's get into the suck. Give me your slipstream. Whoa. Okay, hang on a sec. My OBS decided to be a little bit dumb. So let me fix this. Okay, there we go. let's be careful. Oh, is that a Spoon NSX? Interesting. Very interesting. It's a close battle, that's for sure. Everyone duking it out with these little Hondas. Just want to end this stream off with a little bit of a palate cleanse, some shorter, a little bit higher intensity races, just to, one, we gotta do them anyway, and two, just to add a little bit of extra, let's say, desserts. Up there with the other S2000 in the slipstream. The blue and red versus the yellow and red. Oh, alright, car got a little bit spicy over the bump. That's alright. We still have an entire lap left to get back in. Oh, I got a little bit of a nudge. That's fine, I'll just get into your slipstream then. I'll just get into your slipstream. Alright. Oh, they're gonna be going for it. On the inside, 3 wide through turn 1. Alright, if the Spoon NSX could stop rear-ending me, I would greatly appreciate it. That's the second time they push me out wide. I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate your bumping. I'll do the same to you. Newton's third law, you know? Alright. Let's do this. Only about a third of a lap left. Let's make sure we maintain our lead. 2 hairpins. Run at the front of the Spoon, Isaac comes back at you. Well, given that the Spoon S2000 is having some difficulty right now, being mired in the mid-pack, they shouldn't be an issue. I say they got disturbingly close there. There we go. Oh man. Hippo Series is one of the earliest microtransaction games. Interesting. So what do they have for the microtransactions for that? Oh, it's bad. Okay. What do you like buy special seeds and other stuff to save time and everything? That's unfortunate if so. Rip. On you. Alright, so we've done the S2000 race. Let's give it another rear-wheel drive car. You can use Bitcoin to buy skins. What? Okay, that's... Glad the Opera S2000 wasn't there. Yeah, I know. Thankfully, that one only shows up in GT4, but that thing is a beast in GT4. Holy moly! I don't think there's an S2000 one make race in GT4. I think it's only the Type R and what else? I can't even remember what the other Honda one make race is. I know one's a Type R, and is the other one like an NSX race or something? I think it is. Alright, let's get the Civic. Yeah, get in the car, please. Thank you. So no NSXs here, so we may only be able to do 2 one make races. But that's fine, it's 12:30. Alright, let's get this all added. All the weight reduction. Spend all of our money. All of our money. Bye-bye. Ooh. Yes. With the red. Let's do it. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Be interesting seeing, it's gonna be real interesting seeing how well we can compete. We're in one of the older Civics. It's a bit lighter, but it's a bit less power than some of the more modern Civics in this game, so it'll be a little bit interesting to see. Yeah, we also have the tech. Wait. Oh no, that's a Civic notchback. Okay. For a second I'm like, wait, is that an Integra Type R? Nope, Civic notchback. Alright, making our way up through the field. Battling with another Civic Type R. Get back into the slipstream. Oh, come on. First place is absolutely pulling ahead. We're faster in the twisty sections. But they have that power out of the low speed corners. We did a little bit of a dirty there. We probably shouldn't have done that. Probably a second penalty to Ocon. Oh, come on! Come on. We need to go. Oh, fourth is catching us. Fourth and fifth are right on our tail as well. Yeah, they must have a little bit more power in a straight line. Or something, because holy cow. They're just able to really pull that gap on the high speed sections. We have the cornering capabilities though. Through the turns. So it's gonna be an interesting fight for sure. Get right into the slipstream of the Civic notchback in front of us. Oh, we're so close. It's not gonna be close enough. Monica! No! Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, that... What was that acceleration? Bruh. Okay. We may need a little bit more straight line speed. Holy cow. What was that? What was that? Dang, okay. Just getting absolutely gapped in the straights. Wait, are we really sub 200 horsepower? Jeez, okay. There, let's get ourselves over 200. VTech kicked in for all of them apparently. VTech cancels out VTech. I see something. Is the NSX in here? S2000 GT1. No, but one NSX. I need a street NSX. And the Raybrick NSX. Okay, so no street NSX. What to find a street NSX somehow. That's gonna be a tough one, because if that only shows up in the used car dealership, then we're just gonna have to just keep checking back. Alright, what track are we racing on? High speed ring. Oh. We are bones. We are a bone. Alright, come on, get into the slipstream and just hope for the best. If we were getting gapped at Rome night. That is a street NSX if you're stealthy enough. Yeah, I'll be sure to let the cops know that. I don't think you can be stealthy in a JGTC NSX. You know the noise those things made? Absolute screamers. Oh, they're gaining. They're not even in my slipstream and they're gaining on me. Dang, okay. Alright, thankfully I can get back in front without too much issue, probably. Alright. We got basically one more corner we gotta hit exactly right. There we go. Okay, they made a mistake there. Oh my word. Yay, finish. Holy cow. That Civic SI was absolutely on us. Holy cow. That single overcam B16 is no joke. Yeah, for real. Holy cow. I don't know how they managed to get it going that fast. Oh my word. That was nice though. That was a fun race. I'm gonna check to see if there is an NSX there. If there isn't, then we'll end the stream. If there is, then we'll do the NSX race to finish at the Honda dealership one make races. Oh man. That was fun though. Just duking it out. Duking it out with all the Civics. Alright, let's see. Prelude, Del Sol, Beat, Civic. Accord. No. Am I sure there's no NSX in the new car dealership? No. Kinda figured. Alright. Well, I'm gonna be ending the stream then. Thank you all so much for watching, I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the stream, please leave a like, subscribe. Let me know what we're doing well in the comments down below. If you didn't like the stream, please let me know what we're doing poorly so I can fix that in the future. With that being said, I've been Umbras, and wherever you're in the world, whatever minute is for you, may be a great time, and hope to see you all in the next stream. Until then, take care everybody, bye bye!